Ready to tip things off once again from Mount Royal Collegiate. It is the championship game in the Championship League Boys Division. 10-0 Bedford Road Collegiate looking to make it a perfect season, taking on 7-3 Saskatoon Christian Cougars. Bedford Road Redhawks wearing the gray uniforms with the red trim. Saskatoon Christian once again saw them in the girls' game. Opening tip controlled by Bedford Road. Unable to get the first shot of the game to drop, however, are the Redhawks. Saskatoon Christian wearing the dark blue uniforms with the white and black trim. Simon Hyatt, Paul hanging with you tonight. Happy to be calling a doubleheader of basketball. Early turnover here for Saskatoon Christian. Tanner Stolarsis can't control that pass. Give you the starting lineup for the Bedford Road Redhawks. This is number 1, Mohamed Salah. He's out there with 2, Alex Andres, 11, Quinton Reichel, 13, Dane McMurtry. This is McMurtry underneath, going to be called for the walk. Logan Newdorf out there as well for Bedford, wearing number 21.
Good quick start for both teams defensively. We just got to take care of the ball. We saw that in the girls' game too, that the kind of maybe a little bit of nervousness starting off, but we'll see if they're settling in real quickly here or not.
Saskatoon Christian working it around underneath. Take for Daniel Golding. He'll draw the contact and head to the free throw line. That'll give you a chance to learn about their starting lineup. KB Bequeo wears number 4. Tanner Stolarsis is 5. 7 is Quis Santa. 11, Zachary St. Louis. And a 21, Daniel Golding. Golding registers the first point of the game from the free throw line for Saskatoon Christian.
As we were talking in the pregame show, Danoy makes the second one as well. It's going to be a defensive, offensive battle here. Let's see who wins it. Saskatoon Christians come out in a zone.
Bedford works it around on the exterior. Long shot attempt, too long for Alex Andres. So back come the Cougars with the early 2-point lead. Well read by Mohamed Salah. He's going to look to run the floor. Gets it to go. Tied up at 2. Got to call a game that Bedford played in their home Bedford Road Invitational Tournament this year. I remember being very impressed with young Mr. Salah. Nice play underneath here by Daniel Golding.
Well, early start. Looks like Saskatoon Christian's looking to go inside first and then see what success happens after that. And a nice drive there to get the foul on Daniel as well.
Salah to the free throw line. If he hits them both, we'll be knotted up at 4 apiece. A minute and a half into this championship final. Thank you for joining us tonight from Mount Royal for Championship League basketball action. Congratulations once again to Saskatoon Christian School on the girls' side as they claim their 2nd straight champion division title. Salah hits the back end to make it a 1-point game. Bequeo controls for Saskatoon Christian. Almost loses the handle, able to keep it alive. Now snaps it over into the hands of St. Louis. He's going to work it underneath, looking for Golding, who finds its way through to Stolarsis. Stolarsis up into the air. Now he finds Quinn Santa. Santa long on the 3-point attempt. Reichel will push in the other direction for Bedford. Andres, now Salah. Nice move inside, that one won't go. Still a 1-point Saskatoon Christian lead, faking the dish, going down to the ground, Tanner Stolarsis. And he'll head to the free throw line.
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar to the girls' game there. Both teams are trying to get to the basket early, maybe to get a little bit of rhythm or get some foul trouble for the other team. But they maybe need to stop the ball a little bit further out just to, get the team defense going. Tanner misses the first one.
Stolarsis good on the second. Early 2-point Saskatoon Christian lead. Salah up ahead into the hands of Reichel. Back up for Mohamed Salah. Reichel now put up the long shot. That one may have been deflected. Lead getting a hand on it was Zachary St. Louis. Now looking to run in the other direction. Saskatoon Christian working his way through. KB Bequeo, he draws the foul. like not bad defense there by Saskatoon, or pardon me, by Bedford Road. Will go as a foul against the Redhawks. Out of the game for Bedford, Quinton Reichel. First substitution of the night is Gage Dick, wearing number 4 for Bedford Road. Whale goes 1 for 2. Salah will pick up the dribble. Redhawks working it around on the outside. Now Salah works his way through. Can't get the first one to go. Gets the putback on the rebound.
Bedford's doing a really nice job of moving the ball in that zone. They don't settle for the first shot. They move it a couple times, and then they get a better shot.
Great
nice
read here by Alex Andres, looking to run. Gets it to go. Bedford with their first lead. Stolarsis kicks it out. Zachary St. Louis off the mark, way up to try and grab it. Becueo does come down with it now, and beautiful pass through. Lots of contact. Will get a foul called against Bedford Road. It's going to be Gage Dick called for it. He wanted the charge.
It's always, there's never anybody that's happy out of a charge.
Someone will be
call.
upset on that call, yeah, absolutely.
But it was a good hustle on both parts there.
Stolarsis back to the free throw line, knocks the game up at 7. Hits them both. Saskatoon Christian School looking to make it a clean sweep in boys and girls championship league play. Beautiful move. Mohamed Salah scoops it up and in.
I think every one of his baskets is he's come off the top of the key and comes straight down the key. So Saskatoon Christian has to figure out something to change that up a little bit.
St. Louis draws the double team, finds his open man outside. That's Quinn Santa short on the three-point attempt. Coming away with it, Dane McMurtry. Now he'll get it back into the hands of his teammate Alex Andres. Underneath and a little bit of traffic, coming away with it, Daniel Golding for the Cougars. Santa, now Stolarsis for 3. Long on that three-point attempt. Battle for the loose ball. First tie-up in this boys championship league final. At this point in the girls game, I think we'd had about 19 of them.
In the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
No, it's a good solid battle on the backside of that rebound there. Saskatoon Christian seems to like to take the quick shot, so you got to really be mindful and box out as quickly as you can.
Long look for Stolarsis. That one rims out. Couple of substitutions for Bedford. Number 5, Yusuf Khan. 33, Derek Enns into the game for their first shifts. This is Salal once again looking to attack from up high. He draws contact as he works his way through. Just over 5.5 to go, first quarter in this championship league boys final. Salah again draws contact. Looks like they're going to get Quinn Santa for the foul. And we'll get a Cougars substitution. Jeremy Martin's first shift of the night. Quick take underneath, that one no good. Good defense by the Cougars. Back they come, down 1, another quick take. This one drops for Quinn Santa.
Yeah, they'll take the quick shot, won't they? Since I haven't watched them play for over a month, this is a lot faster that they're playing now.
Salah again looking to attack and again drawing contact as he works his way through. Two-point Cougar lead following that three-point take by Quinn Santa. Coming away with it, Tanner Stolarsis. He looks to push in now, dishes it off for St. Louis. Santa trying to find the open look. Batted ball ends up in the hands of KB Bequeo. He'll look to take it in, gets underneath the backboard, too much ball out of bounds, over to Bedford Road. Buzzer sound. We will have a timeout for the Bedford Road Redhawks. Well, we expected a close, entertaining game, and at least in the first 5 minutes and 15 seconds, that's what we're seeing from these two fairly evenly matched teams in terms of skill. But as you mentioned, two teams with different style. The high-scoring Saskatoon Christian School against the defensive-minded Redhawks.
Yeah, I mean, it's you're right. The skill level is there. It's just a different philosophy on how to play the game. Just looking at the substitution pattern too, so it looks like the Redmond or the Bedford likes to use a lot of players. Saskatoon Christian hasn't subbed as many players in, so we'll see if they can keep that pace. And I know that they're great athletes, so they'll probably be able to keep going. But you never know what kind of small things that affects.
Told you in the opening, back before the girls' game, this is the third meeting of the year between these two teams. Previous two were pretty close ones. A 12-point victory for Bedford back on December 20th, 91-79, and then just about a month or so ago, Bedford won 90-84, so a 6-point win in that one. Two of Saskatoon Christian School's 3 losses came against this Bedford Road team. The other one coming second game of the season against the École Canadienne Française, a 2-point loss. Bedford ties it back up at 11.
Well, once again, they came right down from the top, right down the middle of the key, so they're really going to have to figure out that spot there.
Nice move by Zachary St. Louis. Can't come away with points. Redhawks control, although as I say that, they lose control. Now we'll get another tie-up. So back over to the Cougars. Get a substitution for Saskatoon Christian School. Caleb Martin's into the game, wearing number 9, St. Louis out. 4:09 to go, first quarter from Mount Royal. Slaw, quick inbound pass, nice take underneath. Reichel gets it to drop. Check it, I believe that's McMurtry who hit it. I know it wasn't Reichel because he's not on the floor. Running take, well short, some contact there as Martins look to get the float shot to go. Back comes Salah and the Redhawks. Again, Salah fearless, looking to attack. Second chance for Salah. That one won't go. Saved before it goes out of bounds. Good play by Derek Enns. Gives the Redhawks a chance to reset. Yusuf Khan off the glass and in. Four-point Redhawks lead. More good Bedford defense on the other side. Get a foul on the loose ball against Saskatoon Christian School.
Now Bedford is doing a nice job of a couple passes, then penetrating, where Saskatoon Christian, they want to attack right away, and sometimes a little bit of ill-advised shots, but looks like that's the style of game that they play, so they're going to continue with that.
Now they're actually going to give Bedford Road the free throws here, so that'll send Mohamed Salah to the free throw line. Before we can get free throws, we'll get a timeout called by Saskatoon Christian School. So, as we alluded to earlier, if you weren't with us, great victory for Saskatoon Christian School in the girls' game. Congratulations to them. Second straight championship league title for them. Big victory. Put it away early and just never really looked back against Evan Hardy.
No, it was a really solid performance right from the start to finish. They controlled the ball. I mean, we kind of talked about that at the beginning of the game, that the team that can control the ball the best would prevail, and they did that early, and they did it, and then they made some time, like really smart choices just to finish off plays too. So they made the game a lot easier for them.
65-46 was the final in that game. So Saskatoon Christian School, as I mentioned earlier, looking to make it a clean sweep in championship league play. Bedford Road Redhawks will have something to say about that on the boys' side.
I mean, the boys' size is a little bit bigger of a league. I think there's 6 teams, so that
You're correct, yeah.
So they get a few more games in. They don't have to. They play everybody twice instead of playing everybody 3 times. The caliber on the boys' side is probably more there's more parity in it.
Right.
So you're getting a lot of quality games in the city of Saskatoon in this league here.
Salah goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Daniel Golden's checked back into the game for Bedford Road. Braden Verdu also into the game for the Redhawks, playing his first shift, wearing number 13. Down to 4 on the shot clock. KB turnaround shot won't go. Time getting short. On the run in the other direction. Andres now pulled back out. Mohamed Salah going to put up the 3-pointer. That one disrupted by KB Bekweo. Now a long outlet pass intended for Bekweo, well off the mark. A little too ambitious perhaps there.
Well, those two are, Quinn is the quarterback for the Aiden Bowman Bears, and KB is one of his receivers there, so maybe they were thinking they were running a route there.
Right, yeah, he was expecting the post pattern and got the fly.
Yeah, but no, that just sort of fits into their style of game, I think, that they want to go quick.
Injury now, down on the ground. Official, I don't think, has seen it. Slow to get back out into the play. Logan Newdorf of Bedford Road. He's just kind of crawling out of bounds.
Unfortunately, they can't blow the whistle down unless it's until the Bedford gets the ball.
Right.
It seems.
Now we will get the whistle call. Yeah, you're all over that, Paul Hengen, as Logan Newdorf just sort of crawled out of bounds.
Well, it's one of those unfortunate things that the referee's judgment is if they're not hurt to the point that if it's like a twisted ankle, unfortunately, that's just kind of a regular injury. You don't get to stop the play till either out of bounds or your team gets the ball. So it's a mini power play in basketball terms here. So we've talked about football and hockey now.
Yeah.
Now we can talk a little basketball.
I wouldn't mind getting a baseball reference in there too. I'm a big baseball guy.
Well, you'll have to do that one because that's not my forte.
With Logan Newdorf leaving the game with that injury, replaced by Derek Enns of the Redhawks. The good news for Bedford Road and Logan Newdorf, who was able to get to the bench pretty much under his own steam, to get a little bit of help from one of the assistant coaches. Bekweo looks over for Santa. Santa trying to scoop it underneath, ends up in the hands of Zachary St. Louis, unable to turn it into points, so Bedford will go on the run in the other direction. Alex Andres all the way. Bedford Road has opened up a 7-point lead, and they're going to get a chance to add to it. Saskatoon Christian School turns it over.
Last couple of possessions, Saskatoon Christian is moving, but they're not moving the ball inside out. They're just going side to side. So they need to attack, like Bedford is attacking every time they go in, just like that.
And not making any mistakes underneath. Great take, Dane McMurtry there to finish it off. Largest lead here of the night, 9 points for Bedford Road. Just over a minute to go, first quarter. Looking to cut that to 6. Was Zachary St. Louis unable to do so. Another chance for the Cougars. Again, lucky to keep it alive. Under a minute to go, first quarter. Working his way through St. Louis. He'll kick it back outside. Caleb Martins. Now Bekweo will put up the long shot. He hits for 3.
That was a good movement. The ball went in first, then came out to him for the shot. It opens up. Even that extra foot of opening makes a big difference.
Now forcing another turnover are the Cougars. Chance to further cut into that lead. Now down to 6. Ball out of bounds will stay with the Cougars. 18 seconds to work with on the shot clock. 26 seconds to go, first quarter. Mohamed Salah will get likely the rest of the first quarter off. Yusuf Khan replaces him for Bedford. Quick inbounds pass. Great defense by Bedford Road, getting the block Verdu, they'll go on the run in the other direction. Kahn can't get it to go.
That was a great pass, though.
Yeah, beautiful.
It was against the flow, and unfortunately missed it, but it was a really good look.
Shot clock off, under 10 seconds to go first quarter. Quick take here. Long shot, Quinn Santa can't hit, so now it's Bedford Road, a chance to add to their lead heading to the second quarter, and reading it perfectly, Dane McMurtry waited as long as he possibly could, gets the lay-in to go as the buzzer sounds, and it's the Bedford Road Redhawks taking a 9-point lead into the second quarter of play.
Yeah, on that last play, it's unfortunate Saskatoon Christian took the shots as early as they did. It just gave them an opportunity to get a shot. You want to probably hold that another even 3-4 seconds, and it makes a huge difference on what the opportunity is going the other way. Ideally, you're shooting it with about 3 seconds left, and then there's no chance for the other team to get anything in response. So it's just time management sometimes. It's a little harder to, you know, it's easy to say up here when you can see the time going down. It's harder when you're on the court in the game and you can't see the time all the time.
22-14 our score after one quarter play. Was it just 23-14 a second ago? Did they change that? Did they maybe adjust that somehow? Perhaps my memory again is failing me. Something we've alluded to far too often tonight in our doubleheader of basketball from Mount Royal Collegiate. We talked about it a bit in the first game. I think it's a nice idea, the fact that you have a host school for these types of things. And, you know, we alluded to the fact that Bedford Road, wow, what a great venue that is. That's where the championship games will be played this weekend in the Premier League. But really nice gym here at Mount Royal as well. Some upper deck seating. Lots of fans in here on both sides able to cheer on, and beautiful floor. Really great gym here at Mount Royal. Yeah,
I think they had to get a new floor here, so it's really nice what they've done here in the last half dozen years to improve this whole facility. Once again, we were here. We were at Edith last year, and the environment there was really great, and the idea to have them back to back is you know, brings. You always have people that come early or they stay late to watch the other game, which is always a nice touch too.
Underway, second quarter of play. We'll get a whistle. Looks like a foul away from the ball there. I believe we're going to get Jeremy Martins called for it for Saskatoon Christian.
It looks like they were trying to reestablish that inside presence with Daniel Golding, number 21. On that last play, we'll see if that happens again.
Andres will pick up the dribble, put up the jumper. No good on that attempt. Up to grab it is Martins. Stolarsis will bring it into the front court for the Cougars. Santa puts up the long shot. That one no good, just letting it go out of bounds. McMurtry. And it was Santa who took that late first quarter three-pointer for Bedford Road as shot clock was winding down, but perhaps took it a little bit too early, leading to the last second take for McMurtry. Reichel back into the game. He bounces for McMurtry. Good defense there by Saskatoon Christian. Once again getting a hand in there. Stolarsis. He gets it back now into the hands of KB Bequeo. Martins back outside for Bequeo. Bequeo for three.
It looks like Saskatoon Christian's made a little adjustment. They're playing man-to-man defense instead of their zone, so they're covering that the high cutter, I think. So we'll see if they can keep with their man now. Looks like it. Another takeaway there.
So Saskatoon Christian doing what they can here early going to trim away at that Bedford Road lead. Bequeo spun his way through, tried to dish off to too many steps along the way. Good to see Logan Newdorf back into the game for Bedford. He had to leave in the first quarter of action with that lower body injury to once again invoke the hockey term.
He skated it off though, so he's good to go.
Nice drive, unable to finish it is Andres. Another jump ball.
Gray ball. Bedford ball.
Yeah. So it will be Salah to inbound as Bedford holds on to it on the tie-up. Getting the friendly roll, Logan Newdorf gets it to drop. Back to a 7-point Red Hawk lead. Stolarsis. Back to KB Bequeo. Bequeo from way outside. Long on that attempt, almost got the bounce, but there with the putback and the bucket, Daniel Golding.
A lot better patience and movement with for Saskatoon Christian, and it even seems to open up the rebounding for them as well. Nice drive by number 2.
Alexandre is just unable to get it to drop, but will shoot a couple of free throws. Yeah, really nice move. He's had a few great moves towards the basket. Get a Cougars substitution. Martin's out. Zachary St. Louis back in for Saskatoon Christian School. They trail by 5. Andres misses the front end. Good on the second. So a 6-point Bedford lead, 7:45 to go. First half of action in this Championship League title game. Waiting for traffic to clear and then making his move towards a basket with St. Louis.
Yeah, he seems to really, he's taking that drive, and then Golding kind of sets up on the other side just for a release, but he's got such good position for a shot or the rebound. So it doesn't matter what St. Louis does there.
Bequeo gets up into the air, tries to dish off, only finds Alex Andres from Bedford Road. Andres looking to run. He seems determined to get towards the basket. Now he'll dish off into the hands of Newdorf. Little jumper, that one well long for Derek Enns. Back come the Cougars. Quick take underneath. Drawing contact is St. Louis. Shot waved off. Be a shooting foul as heading to the line is St. Louis. Dane McMurtry back into the game for Bedford as Enns heads out. St. Louis pulls his Cougars within 5. Make it 4. 7:13 to go, first half. Salah ahead to Reichel. Reichel gets it taken away, good defense. Stolarsis once again getting in there. Long shot, that one short for Quinn Santa. Out of bounds will stay with the Cougars, fresh clock.
Seems to make a big difference in there for rebounding when Daniel's in. Or Golding is in there, so just like that, nice solid play underneath, and tries to get it in, but just a little short, but a great position again.
Yeah, I had a good look at it, just couldn't finish. So remains a 4-point deficit for the Cougars. Salah dishes off for McMurtry. And looking back up top, almost getting another steal with Stolarsis. So Red Hawks somehow able to keep it alive until stepping out of bounds is Alex Andres. Man, kind of seems like Stolarsis has been everywhere, just getting his hands in there and
yeah, you know, just
making things happen.
Mostly just positional. He's not chasing it. It's just coming to him because he's in the right position. And there's Daniel on the backside of the rebound again. Just got to finish those off, and that would be a tied game right now in the last 2 shots that if you put in.
There's St. Louis on the miss, leading to that Golding rebound. Now on the other end, it's Salah, no good. A couple of Cougars players battle each other for it. Coming away with it, Golding. Stolarsis quick jumper, no good. Andres gets it ahead for Salah. He'll look to drive. Gets off balance on his way through. That's because he was fouled. And we'll shoot a pair.
The man-to-man defense seems to have changed. That really changed the SCS look. So Bedford hasn't adjusted quite yet to it. I mean, this is a positive that they took the drive and got the foul, but you got to make the free throws though. So he missed the first.
Slaw good on the second, so back to a 5-point Red Hawk lead. 5:48 to go, first half of action. St. Louis, now Santa, back up top. Becueo now works it inside. Great little move. Daniel Golden gets it to drop.
That's great passing too. I think 4 out of the 5 Cougars touched it on that play, but it also went from one corner to the top and to the bottom again. But great drive and response.
Yeah, Mohamed Salah gets some body, has hands in his face, and gets the friendly roll. Snapped outside for Santa. Stelarsis has the shot deflected. Cougars keep it alive, back into the hands of Santa. He'll put up the shot, tries to go off the glass, no good. There for the rebound, Logan Newdorf. Salah on the run, contact once again. Mohamed Salah will head to the free throw line. Foul will go against Quinn Santa. On the naughty list, if you will. Sorry, had to get a Santa joke in there somehow.
No, it's they just have to stop the drives. It's just been the guards for Bedford have been driving right to the basket, and then even if they don't get to the basket, they're finding the open guy. So I think they have to try to stay in front of him instead of pressuring him and getting beat so easily.
Halfway home in the second quarter. Santa out of the game. Caleb Martin's in. Salah trying to find someone to pass it to. There to pick it off, Daniel Golding. More good defense. Unfortunately for the Cougars, he lands out of bounds. So we'll stay with Bedford. They continue to lead as they have much of the way in this one. It's really pulled away. Beautiful ball movement. Salah unable to finish it, surprisingly. Put back, though. Great take. Logan Newdorf.
That was a nice give and go. We just couldn't finish off, but it also opens it all up for the rebound. And see how SCS responds here.
St. Louis will look to make a move towards the basket. His running shot no good. Salah had a hand on it. He comes away with it. He'll look to go on the run. Nice dish. Another foul underneath. Bedford Road been making a living from the free throw line here in the second quarter. Now find themselves in the bonus with that foul. It's going to be Saskatoon Christian School to take a timeout and talk things over. 4:26 to go, second quarter of play in this championship final. Take a look at how these teams arrived in this game. Saskatoon Christian School, as we mentioned, 7-3 on the regular season. 2 of those losses coming against these Bedford Road Redhawks. The other one in the second game of the season back on December 11th when they lost by 2 in a thriller, 53-51 to L'École Canadienne Française. Started off with a big 32-point win over Mount Royal in week 1. Beat Legacy Christian Academy by 21 on December 18th. Before that, lost to Bedford Road to end the first half of the season. Beat Edie Fian by 29 January 10th. Over Mount Royal by 32 on January 31st. L'École Canadienne Française got some revenge against them February 7th, winning by 14, 80-66. Close one against Legacy Christian Academy back just over a month ago, February 13th, as they beat Legacy Christian Academy 76-67. Then that second loss against Bedford Road on Valentine's Day was that 6-point game. Beat Edie Fian by 17 on February 28th. And then last week in the semifinal down L'École Canadienne Française, 70-56. So 7-3 on the regular season, won their semifinal last weekend. Trying to get some revenge against the Redhawks, trying to disrupt their perfect season, but right now it is Bedford Road with an 8-point lead as that free throw dangles on the rim but won't drop. So 1 for 2 on that trip to the free throw line for the Red Hawks. 4:15 to go, second quarter. Get a foul here against Salah as the ball came loose and he and Zachary St. Louis were tracking it down.
Yeah, Saskatoon Christian is, their offense is usually one-on-one, and then they look for the seals on the bottom. They just need to get some just ball movement without any real effort, just to get that defense to shift a little bit.
Foul called here against Gage Dick. As Stelarsis ends up getting shoved out of bounds. Third team foul against the Red Hawks. Stelarsis gets the screen, leads to an open take. Zachary St. Louis for three. That one well off the mark. On the run go the Red Hawks, getting up into the air, McMurtry, and then good defense underneath. Now it's the Cougars who can go on the run. Instead, Martins will slow things down a little bit. Beck-Whale going to be called for the walk.
Yeah, just pass and cut, I think, is all they need in that. Just instead of keeping going out to the outside, they just go around the perimeter. If you go a little bit inside and out, then things will open up for them quite a bit.
3:42 to go, first half of action in this Championship League final game. Running take, that one rims out for Yusuf Khan. Santa snaps it towards the corner. Martins will put up the long shot. He hits for three.
And that's another one of those grade 9s coming in now, as we've had in the girls' game.
Yeah.
He's a very good athlete.
Great
once again,
defense.
Gets a steal there.
Beck-Whale knocks it away, ends up with the bucket. It's a three-point game. A little momentum here for the Cougars. Khan trying to take it right back. Once again to the free throw line go the Red Hawks. Platoon subs for Bedford. Alex Andres, Derek Enns into the game. Quentin Reichel will have to wait a moment as he's apparently coming in to replace the shooter, Yusuf Khan.
I think that foul was on Quinn Santa. I'm not sure how many fouls he has. I know it's for sure 2. If it's 3, that's a little bit more dangerous at this time of the game.
0 for 2 on that trip to the free throw line. So last couple of minutes, everything going the Cougars' way. Even when they give up the foul, it doesn't lead to any points. And now a three-pointer would tie it. This is Santa in the corner, remains in the game despite that foul. He's going to turn around, almost dragged the foot, can't get the shot to go. Santa struggling a little bit on the shooting. Salah looking to run the floor, goes off the glass, gets it to go. 5-point Bedford lead. Beck-Whale trying to drive. You could see it ends trying to establish position there. Instead, he'll be called for the foul. So Beck-Whale can bring it back to a three-point game if he hits them both. Stelarsis out for Saskatoon Christian School. Nash Chaya in his first shift, wearing number 8 for the Cougars. There's McGlass and in for Beck-Whale. Second one won't go. Still a 4-point Bedford lead. They've got the ball. Salah on the run. Dishes for Dick. Open look on the outside. Alex Andres hits for 3.
That'll open things up quite a bit for them. That's the first outside shot that they've hit, so we'll have to see if that makes an effect on the. Oh, nice pass.
Just losing the handle was Chaya. Cougars keep it alive, leads to the open take for Santa for 3.
That's nice that the first pass actually was by Santa for that cutter. And then it creates that opening after it moves a couple times. We'll see if Bedford can respond again here.
Fun pace to this one late in the second quarter. On the run, travel be called against Alexandre's. More good defense from Saskatoon Christian. McMurtry back in for the Redhawks. They'll get a little bit bigger as Gage Dick heads out. Cougars within 5. 1:37 to go. First half of action. 2-point game from the corner. KB Becueo.
No, that was a nice screen. It just opened up. The defense went behind the screen, and that opened it up for him to take that shot.
And now a chance to tie it. Another steal for the Cougars. Becueo looking to run the floor. Pardon me, that was Becueo. Santa now gets it back. Tied up at 37. We got a foul underneath, and it looks like it would be called an intentional foul. If so, it would be shots and possession. That is the case.
Yeah, I think they're just saying that he didn't make a play on the ball at all. He just sort of draped on his back. So that's always a tough one when it's in a close confines.
Yeah. Solano good on the free throw attempt. He'll get another, and the Redhawks will hang on to the possession. Second one does eventually rattle home. So back to a 1-point Bedford Road lead. .108 to go first half. McMurtry, nice pass underneath, easy lay, and Mohamed Salah back to a 3-point Bedford
it's one
lead.
Of those classics. You've got to watch the person that throws in the ball. He just went straight to the hoop, and it was a give and go. A little bit too easy for this time of the game.
Becueo trying to find someone to get it to, swarming Bedford defense. Eventually it's Santa who comes away with it, but then it's Bedford with the steal. But starting his run a little bit too quickly, Dane McMurtry can be called for the walk. 46.5 to go. Cougars with the ball down 3. Late going second quarter. Becueo looks inside. Might have been a travel there. Instead, it's a chance at a 3-point play. Daniel Golding with the lay-in, and he'll head to the free throw line.
I think the Bedford coach was asking for a travel on that play, too.
Looked like he might have dragged the foot there.
But this, with the new travel definition, I'm totally lost at what it is. It's been...
Amen, brother.
It's like trying to figure, I just assume it's not a travel anymore.
Again, I usually don't do this many hockey references, but it's become like the goalie interference thing, I think. Salah no good on that attempt. Loose ball controlled by Becueo. Now it's Saskatoon Christian with a chance to take the lead. Becueo looking to drive, wanted the foul, doesn't get it. Loose ball controlled by the Cougars. Becueo step to his right, passes on the shot, instead gives it to Martins. Martins for 3 off the mark. Another offensive rebound. As we've got a player down for Bedford Road. And we've got a foul.
I think they're calling it on Golding on the rebound, but I think he was battling. I'm not sure if he pulled or anything, but and it's bonus, so I think it was the defender ended up on the floor, so I'm not sure how that. I didn't quite see how it happened.
Nor did I. I was looking farther up the court. Derek Enns hobbles his way down towards the free throw line. Misses the front end, so still a 1-point Bedford Road lead. 14.2 to go, first half. Enns 0 for 2, but an offensive rebound and a putback. Alex Andres!
No, it shouldn't. Oh, that's a. Anyways, that shouldn't have been a sub there, but
I was wondering about that.
At the end of the game, it could have been a sub, but not now. Anyways, she blew it in, so it's all good.
Will allow 15 Ronan Iron 21 Logan Newdorf from Bedford Road to come in. Both teams were able to get a sub, so probably no one too upset about it.
Bedford's got a full court press going here.
Does result in another jump ball. Bedford will hold on to the possession. Nash Chaya out. Stellarson's back in, 13.3. Cougars can hold for the last shot of the first half. Wide open look for Santa. This would tie it. Off the mark. And now it's Bedford with the desperation heave. Had the line, did Alex Andres, just a little bit too much of a line drive. But it will be the Bedford Road Redhawks with a 3-point lead headed to the locker room at the half. We talked about the fact that these two teams hooked up for two highly entertaining games earlier in the season. Well, this one might be the best of the three. Very good game through 20 minutes of play.
Very nice. It's always fun to watch the ebbs and flows of the game. You know, Bedford went up to close by 10, about 10, and then SCS brings it back to tying it up, and you know, it's just going to go like that, and you have to stay focused through it all. You're going to have your opponents that are going to do those types of things, make some scores. You just got to keep playing through it.
Bedford Road with the 3-point lead at the half. We're going to take a break. You are watching High School Championship League basketball action on Shaw TV. Final game of the season in Championship League play, and maybe we've saved the best for last. A thrilling first half of action from Mount Royal. It is the Bedford Road Redhawks with a 42-39 lead over Saskatoon Christian School. Take a look at some of the first half highlights. Great first half, once again by Mohamed Salah, but tight back and forth affair throughout. You can see Salah doing a great job of attacking, working his way through. Saskatoon Christian School shot a ton from outside. Hit a lot of them, but hit a few late ones. See some good movement here by Bedford Road.
Yeah, Bedford sure was attacking straight down the middle of the key, and those 2-3 guards really seemed to be able to finish inside. But when Saskatoon made their little bit of a comeback, they cleaned that up. Like on this play, I believe maybe not. They started at least challenging those inside plays, and then it seemed to open things up for them offensively too.
Great play by Bagueo. He's been running like crazy, as has Mohamed Salah. Their outside shot there late in the first half for Alex Andres.
I think that was their only attempt, and
I believe you're correct.
So
and that's the difference. 3-point game at the half.
Yeah.
Bedford Road with that slim advantage, just about ready to get going here in the second half of play at Mount Royal.
Yeah,
Boys title game.
I don't think maybe Saskatoon Christian might have maybe Daniel Golding and in foul trouble. He got subbed off after his last foul, so I'm not sure exactly. Oh, they're starting a different post. Damien
McCaskill?
McCaskill, yeah. I should know the names here because I've coached these kids before, but it always slips my mind.
That's all right. You're allowed. Seen a lot of faces over the years there at SCZ. McCaskill is starting the second half of the game, as Paul mentioned. Wearing number 10, his first shift. In the corner now, working his way through. Great little move, Alex Andres.
That was an interesting adjustment there. They attacked from the corner instead of the top, so we'll see if that's a steal by Andres.
To run with it again, gets it to go. Bedford out of the gate, a couple of quick baskets, opening up a 7-point lead. Just underway, third quarter of play in this title game in boys championship high school play. Nice ball movement here. McCaskill there to finish it for Saskatoon Christian.
I know he's just coming off an injury, so that might have been why we haven't seen him in the first.
Both the Cougars within 5. Big block shot. Andres looking to dial it up from outside. And coming flying in, knocking it out. KB Bagueo.
Looks like Bedford starts with a weave to get the motion out from the sides. And then we'll see if they continue to do that here.
Andres was looking inside for Newdorf. Well read, though, by SCC. So back they come, down 5. Haven't led since the very early moments in this one. Turn it over. Well, goes out of bounds. Along the baseline, unable to grab it was Zachary St. Louis. Simon Hyatt, Paul Hengen, the whole Shaw TV crew with you tonight. Thank you for joining us for our coverage. Championship League basketball action on Shaw TV. Mohamed Salah looking to find the opening, loses the handle. Good defense.
Very good team defense. They collapsed on the ball when he started coming in. Oh, maybe there.
Becueo trying to get up. Good save there. Couple of nice plays by Stelarsis. Now he'll look to attack, snaps it into the corner. Open look from there. Short on that three-point attempt was Santa. Back comes Bedford. Salah trying to create space for himself. Can't get it to go, but does draw contact.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have to try to stop him earlier. Don't try to step in when he's already in the key. If he has the ball, they should be trying to stop the ball at the three-point line because he just drives and drives and drives.
Salah to the free throw line. Makes it a 6-point Red Hawk lead. Can't hit the back end. Santa tracks down the loose ball. Good push. He's lost it a couple of times. Gets it into the hands of Becueo. Now he'll pick up the dribble. Open look. Santa has all day to dial it up. Well long on that attempt. Sometimes there is such a thing as having too much time, perhaps, to dial up a shot. Offensive foul against Bedford Road. Redhawks can't believe it as Andres was trying to work his way through. It looked like he almost got clotheslined there.
Yeah, I would.
I wouldn't argue the fact that Saskatoon Christian had position. I would argue that that arm kind of went up and looked like it delivered a pretty good shiver.
But that's those 50-50 block charge calls. It's hard to.
Becueo putting up the shot in traffic, can't get it to go. Redhawks on the run in the other direction. Great play to keep it alive by Saskatoon Christian. Damian McCaskill trying to get it over to his teammate as he fell down. Cougars can't keep it in bounds. So back over to Bedford. They're up 6, 7:40 to go, third quarter. McMurtry, beautiful pass. Easy lay-in, Mohamed Salah.
That's the same play they've run out of the sideline about 3 times now. Saskatoon Christian has to pick that up.
Their shooting woes continue, so they'll try it from the inside. That'll work. Damian McCaskill makes it a 6-point game. Saskatoon Christian right now. Salah on the drive. Bedford wanted the foul that time. They don't get it. It's going to be a travel call against Mohamed Salah. Starting to say Saskatoon Christian not backing off that long shot, even though they haven't really been falling for them. Another turnover here. Andres loses the handle, apparently last touched by the Cougars.
No, the intensity has definitely picked up this half on both sides. The defensive pressure.
Running take, McMurtry won't go. Stelarsis brings it up. Now into the hands of Becueo. Becueo will put up the long shot. Again, well off the mark. Now Salah on the run, little fake, can't get the lay-in. Get a whistle underneath. Foul called. Becueo can't believe it now.
It's a little bit difficult sometimes for players to be able to see what's happened.
Saskatoon Christian going to take a timeout to talk things over. First half, we told you a little bit about the Saskatoon Christian path to arrive in this championship game. As Bedford Road looks to run the table and make it a perfect season. Tell you a little bit about their season. Opened up Tight game against L'École Canadienne Français, one of the two teams that actually beat Saskatoon Christian School. 7-point win back on December 6th for Bedford, then won by 15 over ED Fian, 28 over Mount Royal, and then that 12-point victory over Saskatoon Christian School to round out the first part of the season, coming back after that Christmas break. 9-point win over Legacy Christian Academy on January 8th, then beat Mount Royal by 30 on the 17th. Another tight one against L'École Canadienne Français. 9-point win for Bedford January 31st. They downed Fian by 23 February 6th. And then that 6-point game against Saskatoon Christian School on Valentine's Day before blowing out Legacy Christian Academy by 40 on February 28th. And then a bit of a laugher last week for them in the semifinal game against ED Fian. Game they won 90-47. That punched their ticket to this championship game against Saskatoon Christian School.
Well, since the league began about 4 years ago, Bedford has been one of the top teams in the league all the time. I think they might have won it the first year, but the last two champions have actually moved up to the Premier Division to play. For these two schools, there's no advantage to going up to the Premier other than the competition, because they both play in, Saskatoon Christian plays in the 2A provincials, and Bedford plays in the 4A provincials. So, and a shot by, was that by?
KB Bekweo hits.
Bekweo.
Following the two free throw misses by Salah, and that makes it a 4-point game. We talked about the intensity dialing up here in the third quarter. We're seeing it. Saskatoon Christian going down to the ground. Nice play there by Damian McCaskill. On the jump ball, the Cougars will take over possession. Cougars substitution, Daniel Golding back in for SCC. Quinn Santa out.
Looks like Saskatoon Christian is going with the 2 posts now, which is quite a bit of a change from before.
Under 6 to go, third quarter, picking up the dribble, Zachary St. Louis. That shot won't drop, rebounded by Golding. He waits, goes up, that one won't go. Another offensive rebound, that one won't go. Another chance, won't drop. A lot of chances, only leads to free throws for Damian McCaskill.
Well, they have a size advantage there between the two of those players. They have to do a better job of boxing out. Looks like the coach is going to make a change to match that size as well.
Yeah, back into the game for Bedford Road, Gage Dick. As well as another big, as Paul mentioned. I think that's McMurtry who's checked in. No good on the free throw, but an offensive rebound on the miss. However, turned right back over to Bedford Road as Dick picked it off. Ball goes through the hands of a few Red Hawks players, then looking to drive, unable to get it to go. Neudorf, second chance, won't drop, but free throws for Neudorf.
Yeah, that's same play on both ends. It's such a hard box out after a shot from inside. Same thing happened there. They got a couple opportunities because they didn't box out, but it's such a hard skill to do when it's such not a lot of space.
Neudorf makes it a 5-point lead, 5:27 to go, third quarter. Bedford has led virtually the entire way in this one, but it's been very close throughout. Neudorf hits them both. Bekweo, Dick on him. Stolarsis will pick up the dribble, back outside for KB Bekweo. Swarming defense, McCaskill now trying to drive, gets up into the air. Good defense holding his position, Logan Neudorf, and will get a foul at midcourt. .507 to go, third quarter. Bedford with the ball and the 6-point lead. Salah gets it in for Kahn. Kahn spins his way through, goes high off the glass. That one won't go. Big battle for the loose ball. Looked like that touched the support, and it did. So it is out of bounds, back over to SCC. Exactly 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Cougars with the ball down 6. St. Louis picks up the dribble. Good job to keep that alive by Stolarsis. The pass intended for him was off the mark, and then losing the handle. Eventually Bedford does come away with it. Kahn has to pick it up.
Looks like a couple of dribble violations missed there, but
big steal though. Zachary St. Louis might look to run, tries to take it all the way in, draws contact. See the Cougars bench getting pretty fired up over there following those possible missed calls. And excited after the foul that sends Zachary St. Louis to the free throw line. Substitutions on both sides. Santa back in for the Cougars. Reichel back in for Bedford Road.
They're playing so tight now. Both the defenses are right on them, so there is a lot of contact out there, but I don't know if there's any advantage gained on either side. So it's going to be a tough one for the refs because it's getting fairly physical out there.
Absolutely. Free throws could be key late in this one. St. Louis does all he can from the line, hitting a pair, makes it a 4-point game. Dick controls, now into the hands of Reichel. Passing on the shot, now Andres in the corner, he looks to make a move towards the basket. Nice dish, nice move, good defense on the inside as Neudorf can't find the opening, and then he and McCaskill tie it up. Ball will stay with the Redhawks. Fresh clock to work with, 4:03 to go, third quarter.
Saskatoon Christian's really done a nice job of closing up that inside now, and so it's making it more difficult for Bedford to get a shot off.
Quick pass underneath, quick take, beautiful little play. Bedford Road there to finish it off, Dane McMurtry. Back to a lead of half a dozen for the Redhawks. Swarming defense once again. Ball out of bounds. Ochek gonna get a foul. Couldn't tell what the call was there. Once again, we're about a mile away from where that official
foul
was.
to knock him out, yeah, on 11, I believe.
So will be Saskatoon Christian ball down 6. McCaskill looks inside, kicking it back out. Now open look. Santa takes a step backwards. He hits from outside for 2.
I think it's a long 2, yeah.
Yeah. Pulls the Cougars back within 3. Under 3.5 to go. Looking to drive. Unable to get a drop. Andres. Second shot won't go. Third one will. Gage Dick.
Good persistence on that rebound by those two inside posts there.
Cougars very close to turning it over a couple of times, able to keep it alive. This is Santa again up top. He's going to pull back up. Again hits a long 2. Timeout going to be called by Bedford Road. Well, the pace just hasn't relented here, Paul. It's a lot of fun.
Has, definitely, you could just feel the intensity pick up. Both teams are doing a great job of kind of taking away what they were, they've made a great adjustments to take away the things that they were giving up on the first half. SCS especially on the inside, and Bedford has done a great job of maintaining good position, and so they're having a lot of success that way. So it's a really good chess match to watch tonight.
A reminder, there's more great high school basketball coming your way here on Shaw TV, as we will have complete coverage of both the boys and girls final games in the Premier League. Matchups, as we are speaking, not yet determined. Semifinals will be played tomorrow night to set up those matchups. And we will have complete coverage from Bedford Road Collegiate. Knowing that championship game in boys basketball, be the winners of the semifinals between Evan Hardy and St. Joe's. The other semifinal between Holy Cross and Marion Graham. Winners of those two games will play in the boys' championship game in Premier League basketball. On the girls' side, be the winner of the Walter Murray Aiden Bowman game taking on the winner of the St. Joseph Centennial game. No, we will see a good crowd there at Bedford Road Collegiate, but certainly invite you to tune in and watch our coverage once again on Shaw TV as we continue to bring you all sorts of high school sports here in the city. Great read on that pass. Saw it all the way and getting the lay-in, Zachary St. Louis. We got a 3-point game, 2-point game.
Yeah, you got to make sure on that pass across the top, if it's picked off, it is usually a 2-point.
Good movement, Salah. There's a trio of defenders around him. His shot rims out. Technical foul against the Bedford Road bench now. It's Bedford Road's coach, Eric Fay, getting a little fired up over there with the way things are going, and nothing really going the way of Bedford Road right now.
No, they've been challenging a lot of the calls in the second half here. Some of those are 50-50 calls. Some of them, you see it the way you want to see it, but yeah, definitely that was coming for a while now.
So Santa with the free throw makes it a 1-point game, and the Cougars will, of course, maintain the possession. Becueo, Cougars looking for their first lead since early first quarter action. This is St. Louis. Now Becueo gets the defender to go up into the air. His shot misses, but there to put it back, Daniel Golding. Saskatoon Christian by 1.
Yeah, no, it's a good defensive battle here.
Alex Andres doesn't hit the first one on the other side. Mohamed Salah there to clean it up.
Yeah, the two guards are inside running the post, so interesting combination.
Under 2 to go, third quarter. Knocked out of bounds by Alex Andres. Will stay with the Cougars. They'll have 13 seconds to work with on the shot clock. 1:51 to go, third quarter. This Championship League boys final. St. Louis going to put up the long shot. That one no good. Loose ball. Andres comes away with it for Bedford. He tries to bounce it into the corner. Fortunately, can't find the line on that one. He kind of throws his hands up onto his head. A little bit frustrated with himself there.
Well, he was expecting his teammate to come cutting to the basket, but just a little bit of miscommunication. But there's a lot of stuff happening out there right now.
Cougars with the ball, down 1. Minute and a half to go, third quarter. Nice pass underneath into the hands of McCaskill from Becueo. 1-point Saskatoon Christian lead. Andres. This is Salah. He makes a move, works his way through traffic, but jams on the shot. Comes down with the rebound on his miss, turns around, can't get that shot to go.
Yeah, he does a great job of going for the rebound after his shot. He follows it really well.
Santa trying for the 4-point lead. He's given the Cougars a 4-point lead with 1 minute to go, third quarter. Andres trying to work his way through traffic. See the determination there. Wanted to get that shot off. Can't get it to go, but does draw the contact.
No, looks like it's on a shot, so I think he's going to get 2 shots. But no, he was really working hard for that to find contact or try to make the basket there.
I was surprised. It looked like Salah was lining up to inbound it there. I was pretty sure that would be a shooting foul, but you never know. It will be Alex Andres to the free throw line. Gage Dick back into the game for Bedford Road. Logan Neudorf also back in for the Red Hawks. Find themselves in the rare position of trailing in this one after having led almost the entire way up until the last couple of minutes. Andres good on the second attempt. That makes it a 3-point game. 47 seconds to go, third quarter. Beckweo trying to feed it ahead. Great save there by Bedford Road. Good awareness by Beckweo to get in there and get his hands on it. He gets tied up immediately by Alex Andres. Ball will stay with the Cougars. 39.7 to go, third quarter.
Yeah, no, I think they're asking about the clock, whether it was reset on that one or not, but.
Vice Principal Scott Ferguson with some strong opinions up here in the stands. Beckweo looking to drive. He can't get it to go. Now Bedford on the run in the other direction. Salah will be able to lay it in. Makes it a 1-point game. Time getting short, third quarter. 3-second difference between shot and game clock. Saskatoon Christian looking for the quick make. That one won't go. Foul underneath. Go against Bedford.
Those are always hard rebounds to get because they're not a normal rebound when they don't hit the rim. So
right.
It just takes your timing right off on those.
Logan Newdorf, the guilty party there for Bedford Road. His opposite number, Daniel Golding, to the free throw line. Gives the Cougars the 2-point lead. 15.8 to go, third quarter. Second one, no good. Salah there to grab the loose ball.
They'll probably go for the last shot here with the.
10 seconds to go, third quarter. Salah up high. Now down to 5 seconds. Salah bounces off. Quick take. Long on that shot attempt for McMurtry. And so after trailing for virtually the entire game, it is a 2-point Saskatoon Christian Cougars lead heading into the fourth quarter of play.
Yeah, like I say, the intensity has gone up even with the officials here. They're getting after the players too here, so they have to be mindful about how they're responding to the calls.
Certainly understandable. A lot of intensity in this game. Officials doing a good job of keeping things under control. It seems like, yeah, virtually every play we've had, they've got someone barking at them. Somebody is unhappy about something.
Yeah, that's, I guess, you get that in this, win and take a trophy home situation, and so they're playing hard. The refs are doing their job too. So
absolutely.
I don't think it's been one way or the other, but definitely the players have picked it up in the second half here. So it'll be interesting this fourth quarter.
10 minutes to go in this championship game, championship league play. Bedford Road Redhawks undefeated on the regular season. Down by 2 heading into the fourth and final quarter of play. Say the final quarter, the way this one's going, who knows? We might see some overtime. It's been a lot of fun. I don't know that there'd be too many people upset by that here in the gym.
No, it's
been a great one.
Like, they definitely both made adjustments coming out, and especially SCS on the defense and not giving up those drives anymore. I did see Bedford come out with a little bit of a zone just at the end there, so I wonder if they'll continue with that, a little zone pressure. So we'll see if they make an adjustment or if they just keep going and then just make their athletic plays here.
10 minutes from crowning a champion in the championship league. Salah fakes the pass, looks to drive. Santa didn't buy on it. Reyes' shot off the mark. Cougars in the other direction, down to the ground goes Newdorf, and into the basket goes the shot of Daniel Golding.
Yeah, very nice pass in there. Basically didn't have to make a move. He was already in position when he got the ball.
McMurtry gets trapped down low, kicks it back outside for Salah for 3. It's a 1-point game.
Those are always the easier shots to hit when it comes out to you to the 3-point plot.
Beckweo passes off. Nice move inside Daniel Golding. Unrelenting pace since early going second quarter in this one. Perhaps even picking up intensity here in the fourth. Why not? Off the glass and in! Dane McMurtry for 3 to tie it. Stolarsis gets it picked. Alex Andres looking to run the floor. Can't get it to go. Salah, they're going to count it, say it was goaltending, it looks like, on Saskatoon Christian.
I think
counted.
They're just counting the basket because he hit the backboard. So you can't move the standards or the backboard.
Right. Yeah, good call, Paul. So it is a 2-point Bedford lead.
Here, because it's that 1-2-2 zone here.
Santa gets it ahead into the hands of Bequeo. Now he finds himself stuck in a double team, dribbles out of it towards the corner, now bringing it back up high, snaps it inside now, looking to work his way through, off the glass and in, Damian McCaskill.
He's made quite a difference coming in the second half. It seems to open up the back side of the zone or the defense. So
Salah stumbles his way through, shots spit out by the rim from Andres. Second chance good for Derek Enns.
Just back and forth. We'll take one shot, you take the next. It's just
looking for the three-point answer on the other side. That one short for Stolarsis. Big collision there, no whistle. Down to the ground goes Mohamed Salah. Santa for 3, that one rims out. Battle for the loose ball, a couple of bodies down to the ground. Officials letting a lot go here in the last minute or so.
Yeah, that's a tough one because SCS had position, but the other one was working hard to get the ball. So it's almost, you let them battle it out and you get, I guess sounds like, looks like Bedford touched the ball last.
Gage Dick out. Reichel back in for Bedford. They're up 2. Saskatoon Christian with the ball. Good defense. Double team leads to another turnover. Bounce pass ahead for Andres. Will get a foul against Bequeo. And now Santa's probably got to watch himself here. And yeah, he just picked up a technical foul because he's throwing the ball against the wall over and over. And can't be surprised when you're picking up a technical foul in that situation, I don't think.
Yeah, I thought.
Seems like the officials gave him a bunch of leeway there, and he just kept on doing it.
I think the first one was in frustration, then he was just throwing it against
there. Having some fun, seeing what kind of bounce he could get off it.
Yeah, it's just, it's unfortunate, but that's you can't be doing that kind of stuff. I don't think it was meant to be anything malicious, but
that's what he's saying to his coach. I was just throwing the ball. I wasn't really doing anything. But does pick up the technical foul, leads to free throws and possession. Alex Andres to take it for Bedford. Hits the front end, gives the Redhawks the 3-point lead with 7:21 to go. Well short on the second free throw attempt.
I think that was his foul shot, sir.
Right, did draw the foul on that and the technical, right.
Now the technical.
A little bit of chance to work on that for him as that second one was an air ball. Third one rattles home. 4-point Bedford lead. They'll maintain possession.
Well, I guess they're even up on the technical fouls now too, so it's all good.
Couldn't be a more even battle in every possible category. Reichel looking to drive, loses the handle. McMurtry keeps it alive. His 3-point attempt off the mark. Offensive rebound for Derek Enns. Salah going to kick it back outside into the hands of Andres. Now Salah from the corner looks to take it in, goes off the glass from underneath and gets it to go.
No, he's done a great job of driving today. They have to continue to force him to be a passer.
Stolarsis. Now Bequeo, he calls for the screen, tries to pass off for McCaskill. Now looking to run the floor for Bedford Road, Dane McMurtry. Back to an 8-point Bedford Road lead. They're on a nice little run here.
They just have to do one play at a time. They don't have to do anything fancy.
I think Santa probably a little too fancy there. Probably should have realized he didn't have the shot. Then a foul underneath. Bequeo saying he just got ball, but it will be free throws for Mohamed Salah.
But the way that these kids shoot the ball, there's no panic. There should be no panic because it's 6 minutes left and you only need 3 possessions right now, or 2.5. they shouldn't be getting too excited about it. They just keep playing.
Perhaps
that's easier said than done when you're on the court.
So now Luigi Bequeo, head coach for Saskatoon Christian School, will take the timeout to perhaps impart that message. Stay calm, guys. It's still a close game. We know we can score in a hurry. We've played these guys tight all season. Just got to play your game, right?
Yeah, and for both teams, it started out of their defense. If they're solid on the defensive end, then good things are happening offensively. Unfortunately for SCS, Bedford has stolen the ball the last 2-3 possessions, but almost because they were just a little careless with the ball. But as we can see, they can both score, so we would expect them to come back just firing as well.
Bedford on the season only allowed an average of 59.5 points a game. Already have given up 68 in this one, but probably okay with that with the 8-point lead. They know Saskatoon Christian is a team that can score at will. They average about 80 points a night.
Yeah, I would say this sort of fits into the Saskatoon Christian's game plan a little bit more, this up pace. It's just those few little times where you're just careless with the ball. But there's lots of time left in this game, the way that they're scoring the ball and playing defense.
8-point Bedford Road lead, plus Mohamed Salah of the Red Hawks shooting free throws. First one rattles home. Well, after Saskatoon Christian pulled even in this one and then took a lead and held a lead for a couple minutes. A late spurt here by Bedford Road has led to once again having a double-digit lead. Can Saskatoon Christian mount one of those offensive charges we've seen and their fans have seen all season? That won't help too much on that pass from St. Louis, intended for Daniel Golding. Back over to Bedford Road. Salah looking inside for Andres. That pass well read by Golding. He comes away with it. Gets it into the hands of St. Louis. St. Louis looking to take it all the way. Draws contact. He'll shoot a pair. Nice move by St. Louis. I thought he was going to get up there and dish, but he's determined to get all the way to the basket.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good. They gambled a little bit, so it gave you an opportunity to drive. So, and I would say for Bedford, you don't need to gamble as much gamble once in a while, but not all the time. So.
Talked about it earlier. Free throws are key. Saskatoon Christian needs to hit these. St. Louis does hit the back end, make it a 9-point game, under 6 to go. Pressure from the Cougars. Bedford lucky to fight their way through it. McMurtry gets it back outside, ends up in the hands of Salah. He's going to put up the long shot. That one no good. Comes flying in, almost got his own rebound, but there to grab him is Martins.
He even follows a 3-point shot. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Bequeo working his way through. We'll have a foul first. Shot will be waved off. Foul will be called on Alex Andres. Just the second team foul for Bedford. Five and a half to go in this championship final. Bequeo trying to create the opening, then looking inside for Golding. Pass denied. Bequeo gets it back. Hits the beautiful little jumper.
That's a good look for him. That's a nice, easy shot for him.
Back within 7. Andres feeds ends. Now into the corner for McMurtry. McMurtry back up top. Reichel for 3. Short on that attempt. Bequeo comes down with it. He'll look to run the floor. Andres back with him. Hard contact. He free throws for KB Bequeo.
It's just, you just have to be patient. Bedford's got the clock on their side. They have to be patient. They're taking some shots that are a little bit ill-advised, or they're taking shots that aren't suited to them. But maybe they're in a little foul trouble because they're having to pull number 2 out there.
Alex Andres heading over to the bench. Gage Dick back into the game. Whale hits the front end. Cougars wanting the substitution. Unable to get it. Now that'll be allowed. Back into the game comes Stelarsis. That'll send Caleb Martins to the bench. 5-point game, halfway home, 4th quarter of play in this Championship League title game. Great defense. Beckwale comes down with it. He dishes it off. Stelarsis trying to dish it. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Bedford Road.
Good movement by Saskatoon Christian, setting a little pressure up there. Bedford is down to just sort of one main guard because Andres is out there. So it's a good opportunity for them to push a little bit.
5-point Bedford lead. Saskatoon Christian with the ball, working his way through, getting it stripped though. Daniel Golding, Bedford on the run in the other direction. Reichel on the outside, makes a move in now. McMurtry trying to feed Gage Dick in the corner. Too much on that pass. Back over to Saskatoon Christian. Get a substitution back in for the Cougars will be Damian McCaskill. First, however, we're going to get a Bedford Road timeout. They hold on to a 5-point lead, but it's a lead that has shrunk in the last minute or so. Been a game of runs. This is often the case in basketball. Bedford had built up that double-digit lead briefly.
Yep.
Now Saskatoon Christian back within 5, 4:33 to go.
I mean, that's always the challenge, is to stay in the game even when things aren't going your way, because you know, you're going to have your run, and because they're both so skilled, you know that both teams are going to have their run. Now, at this point, as Bedford, you want to control it. If there is a little bit, you want to minimize it. And for SCS, you have to believe that you have that run in you right now so that you can come out. But it always starts on defense. You get rewarded with the points, but you always have to start it on defense and make the stops, and then good things happen offensively. Because if you're giving up easy shots defensively, obviously you're not going to gain any ground.
4:33 to go in this Championship League final game. 5-point Bedford Road lead.
Looks like Saskatoon Christian's gone back to the two posts again, and yeah, looks like Bedford has matched it with their bigger post guard combination.
Yeah, McMurtry and Neudorf both out there. Beckwale controls. Gets up into the air, looking inside, only finds Logan Neudorf of Bedford Road. So back come the Red Hawks. Andres. Salah. Great play by Beckwale. Can he tiptoe along the sideline? He can't, loses it out of bounds. Beckwale knows how close he was there to a steal and a basket, potential basket.
It's like you're always looking up and then you lose track of the ball. So, but it was a hard ball for him to get.
McMurtry can't get it to go, coming away with it, St. Louis. Now Beckwale will go on the run. He gets it to drop. Back to a 3-point game, under 4 to go.
Once again, it started off on a good defensive stand there.
McMurtry bounces into Neudorf. Travel against Bedford. So now a 3 will tie it.
Bedford coach would like them to pass the ball a little bit more, get into motion. We'll see what happens here with the SES possession.
Stelarsis for 3, no good. Therefore the rebound, Logan Neudorf. Dick slaps it over for Andres. Andres will look to attack. Now he scoops it inside for Neudorf. Neudorf will draw the foul. Looks like they'll get Golding.
That was a great position that Neudorf got there. He didn't just watch the drive. He got into a position where even if he didn't get the ball, he would have had a good chance at the rebound.
Substitutions on both sides. Santa back in for Saskatoon Christian as Stelarsis heads out. Reichel also back into the game for Bedford Road. His teammate Logan Neudorf hits the front end. Back to the 4-point Bedford lead, 3:33 to go. Neudorf long on the second attempt, but Salah there for the offensive rebound. He gets his pocket picked by Bequeo. So KB will push in the other direction, gets up into the air, dishes into the corner for Santa. Do you believe in Santa? I do.
It's a
1-point game.
That's a great shot to take because the ball's coming from the inside out by Bequeo. Drove there, and so it always gets you in rhythm when you're looking at the hoop.
Salah looking to drive. Great job, hand in his face. Body of Damian McCaskill on him. Salah gets it to drop back to a 3-point Bedford lead. Bequeo into the corner for St. Louis. St. Louis makes a move. He draws the double team, tries to feed McCaskill. McCaskill turnaround shot off the glass and in. 1-point game.
Good possession there. A good solid passing. Good movement.
Andres looking to attack, goes through traffic, gets it to go. Under 2.5 to go, 3-point Bedford lead. Bequeo, now St. Louis. Back up top for KB, now he looks down low for Golding. Golding gets stuck underneath the basket, a double team, gets his shot blocked from behind. Coming away with it, Alex Andres.
That was a good awareness to not to go behind the backboard when Golding had it back there. But here we go again.
Andres circus shot, can't get it to go. We'll get a tie up. Logan Neudorf, Kule Bequeo. Possession arrow favors Saskatoon Christian.
Yeah.
Substitution, McMurtry out, back into the game. Yusuf Khan for Bedford Road.
This is where the players have to just keep playing in the system. Nothing fancy has to be done. The game is right there for their scoring ability.
Pressure from Bedford Road. Santa there to receive it. Bequeo will get it into the front court. Under 2 to go. St. Louis makes a move towards the basket. Good look at it despite hands in his face. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Neudorf and will get a foul called.
That's not too bad of a foul because you probably want to be close to bonus so you don't have to stretch it too far. At this point of the game, that's not too bad of a foul.
Yeah. Bedford with the ball, up 3, 1:40 to go. McMurtry in the corner. Pick up the dribble, now looking for someone to pass off to, finds Reichel. Reichel will dish off for Andres. Andres makes a move through, great move through traffic, gets it to go off the glass, Bedford by 5.
It's always nice to see that they're not settling for an outside shot.
Trying to knock it away from behind was Quinton Reichel. He's going to be called for the foul.
They're not calling it on the
will be Saskatoon Christian ball under the Bedford basket. 1:21 to go. Long inbounds pass, finds Bequeo. Now St. Louis gets up into the air, puts up the crazy off-balance shot, looking for contact. Doesn't get the call, ball out of bounds though, will stay with Saskatoon Christian.
That's great hustle by Zach St. Louis because he took the shot, but then he kept hustling to kind of force the turnover.
1:13 to go. SCS down 5 with the ball. Bequeo fakes left, goes right, gets into traffic and will get contact here. Looks like Bequeo got a little bit out of control there. Into traffic, maybe got bailed out with the foul call.
Now we're bonus both sides now. Yes.
Yeah, next foul on either side will lead to free throws. Jumper from Santa, good. 3-point game, 1:02 to go. Light pressure from Saskatoon Christian. McMurtry into the hands of Neudorf. Neudorf makes a move towards the basket, can't get it to go. He goes down to the ground. Get a foul called here against Saskatoon Christian after the shot, it looked like.
A little bit of a late call, I think.
Yeah. With that bonus situation, it will send Logan Neudorf to the free throw line. Saskatoon Christian getting the explanation from the official. These are big. One of them will make it a 2-score game. First one drops for Logan Neudorf. 49.7 seconds to go.
If Bedford goes on to win this, their free throws has been the biggest difference in the game here.
Absolutely. Neudorf good on both. 5-point lead for the Red Hawks, looking to complete the perfect season. St. Louis up ahead for Bequeo. Bequeo pick up the dribble, needs someone to dish to, gets it into the hands of Santa. Contact there, looks like we'll get a foul against Alex Andres. So it'll be free throws for Saskatoon Christian. Santa's first attempt won't drop. Yeah, free throws really telling the tale here. Bedford has done a much better job of hitting from the charity stripe in this game. Santa hits the second one, but still a 2-score game with 35 seconds to go. All sorts of pressure, as you'd expect from the Cougars. Salah coolly gets it into the front court. Now we'll look to work the clock a bit.
Play defense on him. Just keep going after the ball. You don't need to reach.
Salah works his way through, does draw contact, and will shoot free throws. Looks like maybe they'll get Bequeo on this one. No, check it. It will be against Daniel Golding. So now Saskatoon Christian will take a timeout. 20.8 seconds to go. Down 4 points with Bedford Road about to shoot a pair. What's Saskatoon Christian talking about right now, Coach?
Oh, well, I think I would have waited till after the free throws to take the timeout to move the ball up. But obviously they're talking, there's still lots of time. It's get the ball, get a fairly quick possession down at the other end. They probably have one play drawn up. And then you have to go hard after the ball. Like you can almost get a steal sometimes. Sometimes people bail out just to foul, but or the other thing is you have to make sure you coach them to go after the ball, because if you grab a jersey or anything like that, it's that unsportsmanlike foul, and then they get the 2 shots and the ball, so it doesn't help you at all. So you might as well go after the ball to see if you can get a quick steal, because it's like you say, it's a 2-possession game. You got to score. You know, if they don't make any free throws, you just have to get a 2-point shot. It doesn't have to be a 3. So it's those whole math things, but it's hard to get all that information for them to hear all that information. Typically by this time of the season, they've worked on these different scenarios, so hopefully they have something just in their back pocket that they go, okay, we're going to run this and be ready to go.
Bedford Road Red Hawks possibly 20.8 seconds away from completing the perfect season. Mohamed Salah, their star player, to the free throw line. The chance to add to their 4-point advantage. No good on the first attempt. As Paul mentioned, no matter what, it is a 2-score game. Slot good on the second. That'll make it a 5-point lead. 20.8 to go. Saskatoon Christian needs quick points. Bequeo gets the screen. tries to spin his way through that. Jumper rattles around, won't go. Second chance for Saskatoon Christian, won't go on the rebound for McCaskill. And now Bedford Road can just dribble out the final few seconds, although we will get the late foul from Saskatoon Christian. However, it will be the Bedford Road Redhawks wrapping up a perfect season in fine fashion, clinching the Championship League title.
Well, you can see how both these teams they work hard, they play hard, they have a lot of skill. So it's no surprising that they're in the finals here tonight.
First one good for McMurtry. Essentially a formality at this point. He hits them both. 2.9 seconds to go before we can officially crown the Bedford Road Redhawks the champions of the Championship League. Congratulations. Desperation shot. Pretty good line on it. Will go as a 90-83 victory for the Bedford Road Redhawks, who were perfect in 2017-2018, ran the table in the regular season, and clinched the championship in the title game. Outstanding effort on both sides, Paul.
Excellent. As we've been mentioning earlier, it's just the second half that it became a whole new game, and it's impressive to see what they've done. And the nice thing for both of these teams, they still have another game Friday,
right.
Friday, Saturday. They still have a lot of it. They could have another week and a half of season left, depending how they do this weekend. So they've got lots of basketball yet to play.
So congratulations to both Saskatoon Christian School Cougars and the Bedford Road Redhawks. Redhawks, champions of the Championship League. That is going to do it for our coverage from Mount Royal Collegiate. Thank you for joining us tonight. On behalf of Paul Hangen, the whole Shaw TV team, I'm Simon Hyatt. Thanks for watching.